So if you have a desire to start a business, but don't know how or what to focus on, then this video is going to help you. Any business idea that's out there right now is filling a need in society. In most cases, it's a problem that they're solving. And what I'm going to do is show you today how to find the root cause of a problem and what you'll need to do in order to generate ideas to solve that problem. This video will cover 3 parts to this process, so make sure you watch all 3 parts, and especially the last step, which is the most important step of this 3-part process. So my goal at the end of this video, you'll be able to identify the root cause of a problem, generate ideas, and also be able to implement those ideas. And I'm going to show you how. So part number 1 is the approach to problem solving. First of all, you need to define the problem. What are the real facts concerning this situation? See if you can determine the challenges, opportunities, or desired goals in that area and why they are not being achieved. Ask yourself, what are the possible causes of this problem? Ask yourself, how and why does this happen? And go deeper than just the surface. Try to get to the root cause of the problem. Now, in order to get to the root cause, you can use a technique that I call the 5 why technique. And there's a link in the description that you can download a template. Basically, the 5 why technique is you doing some thinking and asking yourself, why is that happening? And then once you get the answer to why it's happening, you ask yourself again, okay, why is that answer happening? And you're just going to continue asking why until you get to the root cause of the problem. And by doing this, you will be able to solve the problem at the root cause and not just one of the symptoms. Part number 2 is the solution generation exercise. So what you're going to have to do is spend 30 minutes every morning to brainstorm ideas of the problem that you are trying to solve. So you've identified the root cause already from part number 1. Now in part number 2, you're trying to generate ideas. Dedicate 30 minutes out of your day to try and generate ideas. Get a notebook and write down at the top of the page the date and the problem that you're trying to solve. So you've identified the root cause on the top of that page. And then spend focused, uninterrupted time thinking about the problem and write down every possible idea that comes into your mind. Now, some of your ideas may seem foolish, but write them down anyway. What you are doing is training your brain to think creatively and focus your attention in order to come up with a creative solution to the problem. Now, moving on to the last part, which is the most important part, and the last part is taking action. In this part, what you'll have to do is this. First of all, make a decision to implement the best possible solution that will add value to others. So you've spent time over a few days trying to generate ideas, and now you have a few ideas listed on your paper. Make a decision which one of your ideas that you have come up with gives the most amount of value and solves the problem, the root cause of the problem that you've identified. Step number 2 is to act on it. So what are you going to do and when do you plan on having it done by? Come up with a strategic plan of how are you going to implement this solution. And then step number 3 is evaluate the solution that you have created to see if it has been successful. This can only be done after implementation, so that you have to set your goals and evaluate at the end of the period if this solution has been successful. For example, if you set a goal to implement a solution and then in 6 months you want to evaluate that solution to see if the people who are using your solution are now seeing the desired results, or they're not seeing the same challenges that they were seeing before. And if the answer is yes, they are overcoming those challenges because of your solution, then your idea has been successful. And if the answer is no, you may need to go back to part number 1 and do the approach to problem solving once again. But if you do these 3 steps, what you're going to find is you would have identified the root cause of a problem. You would have spent focused time thinking and generating ideas to solve that problem, and you would have taken the action steps to implement and to deliver that solution to many people. Okay, so that is how you find your idea for your business. Now, if you need more information or more help on how to figure out what your business is, I've created a simple checklist that you can download. The link is in the description, and it's my 1-month business challenge. Basically, what I do is give you a checklist that you can follow and do the steps in order to create your own business. And it gives you a checklist that you can follow. And within 1 month, you can start seeing some revenue because of this business. You could go from $0 to at least $500 by the end of the month if you follow this strategy. So I'm going to encourage you to download that and try it. It's free. There's no cost, and I'm not trying to sell you anything. So the link is in the description. You can click it, and I pray that you be blessed. And like Zechariah 4 verse 10 says, despise not the times of small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. So be blessed, and let's make it happen.